surprised you got called for that strike? Or you the base hit?
I mean, that time came by quick. That time came by quick, and it's definitely something that we're gonna have to get used to. You know, it kind of takes away your routine. You know, just your presence of being up there and kind of you know, like zoning in before my pitch. So I couldn't even do my routine. So the umpire gave me a little warning. He's like, hey, you got 2 seconds. You got 2 seconds. And by the time I was already late when I got in there. So yeah, it's that time goes by fast.
It's kind of weird. There's no walk-up songs or anything like that. It's just boom.
I didn't even. Yeah, I mean it's fast. I mean it's you have 30 seconds and then you got to be ready by 8. So it's quick. It's definitely quick. Yeah, forget about walkout songs for real. I mean we're gonna be done with that. We're gonna be done, huh?
There won't be any more walk-up songs?
I mean, with 30 seconds, we're 50. Well, it's actually 30 minus what's you got 15 seconds, 22 seconds to be up there by the time you even start. They're probably playing some music up there. If you get walked or something, walking on the road, like something crazy. So by the time they put your music, I don't even think it's gonna be music. So, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. I think, going to Hall of Fame, I guess.
Did the game feel as fast as it looked?
No, actually no. I mean, I think the quickest is just that like getting to the box is where it kind of is gonna speed up guys, even pitchers. If you're down 2-0, how are you gonna catch a breath to kind of lock yourself back into that at bat without not getting penalized for it. So it's the same thing going up there when you're hitting. You kind of just gotta get in there and go. You don't really have a routine that you've been doing for 10, 11 years. So. It's definitely going to be something that we're going to have to, I guess, be more open to or start working on it a little bit more and kind of get used to it. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure.
Have you been using it during BP?
We have, but really haven't, focused. I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, if on the backfields we don't have the clocks out there, it's kind of, you're not going to be looking back every time. So it's kind of tough. You kind of get the best feel out here where you have the 2 clocks behind you and the 2 right in front of you. So, once you go up, you kind of have a visual of it in front of you, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting year. It's gonna be interesting.
And then in the WTC, you don't have it, right?
And we don't have it. Yeah, that's what I heard. We don't have it there. I mean, I'm gonna take my time. I mean, me, Bryce, Nelly, Soto. I mean, even Bogey. We all have our little thing that we do before we get up there. Kind of. I mean, it's more like to lock you in. Something that you do as a player that you kind of just adjust to. So. I mean, we're just going to have to adjust to it, I guess, at the end of the day. But, hopefully MLB is a little lenient with these rules and kind of goes through an adjustment period and learning period. It's all new to us, and it's great for the game. But, it's just a matter of getting used to it and seeing how it plays out.
Did the ump tell you what the exact thing was, just having both feet in the box? Or?
He did. So it's you're supposed to be – so he told me as I was walking up, hey, man, you got a couple seconds. I mean, now it's I always tap the umpire for respect. You tap the I mean, those things are gonna start going out the way because you don't have enough time. So, I mean, the little things like that count and are been around for a long time is kind of go out the door. But yeah, he let me know. But you got to be in the box before that. But you have to be engaged with the pitcher within 8 seconds of it. So at 8 seconds, if you're not engaged, that's when you get penalized for it. And then vice versa with once that pitch is thrown in between pitches, you have I think it's 20, but you can't leave the box, so you got to kind of stay. Which I don't mind that one. That one's not too bad because you could just keep a foot in the box and kind of gather yourself again. So I don't know if the one I don't know about that one is if you have 8 seconds again. So if it starts at 20, do you have to be ready by the 8 seconds again? I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure. You do? So it's every time? So it's every time. Yeah, you see.
Left foot in with 7 seconds left.
So you have to be engaged with the pitcher at all times with 8 seconds.
Yeah. The rule is both feet and an alert, so looking at the pitcher.
Yeah. So
I mean, you can leave
I don't.
the box entirely before then.
Yeah, you can leave.
Oh, so you can't leave it. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind just staying there. I mean, I don't think that's a big deal. I think that's pretty good. I mean, the biggest one.
Too, right?
You have one only.
Yeah.
I think the big one is going to be once getting to the box. I think that's where you're going to see a lot, and even vice versa for the pitchers. In between. I was just talking to haters how about if I'm 0-2-0 or something, you gotta lock back in. You know, now you're going to go 3-0. You know, I mean, that's advantage to us, but we don't want that as our pitchers go on. But it's going to be fun. I mean, I think who knows where this leads, but win the record books at least, you know. So that's a good one, you know. Not bad.
What about when you were playing defense? Did you feel it even in the field?
You don't feel it on defense. You don't feel it. I mean, the only 2 times is just hitting and for pitchers, I think that's where it's going to be the most. I mean, it's this typical same thing, you know. Ball goes around the field. You're kind of used to the same thing. It's kind of the same routine. I think the biggest impacts are going to be when you're stepping into that box or coming into your box. You like to hear your walk-up song. Some people like to at least start it or hear it, or you know, some people, you know, draw things on the ground. I mean, there's a lot of things that we do that is going to be, I don't know. I was trying to push it today to see what you know. I mean, I looked up and I thought I had enough time. I was like, all right, 20-something seconds, 22, I'm good. You know, I did my thing. And when I look up, the umpire's already telling me, hey, you got 20 seconds. As I'm tapping him, he's like, hey, you got 3 or 4 seconds left. And I looked up and I'm like, damn, you know, it goes by fast. I guess I got to be a little bit quicker. Got to time it a little bit better.
So when the umpire said you got 3 or 4 seconds, could you call timeout then?
I guess you can. They told me I didn't, but you probably can, and then waste your time out right away. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's going to be a lot of strategies going to go into this. I mean, I might just be 0-1 the whole time. If I get 2 hits every day, I mean, I'll go down 0-1. I'll go down 0-1. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting year for sure.
Soto single right after yours. Looked like it would have been one that maybe would have been taken away with a shift. I don't know if you saw where it was.
Yeah. Right after second baseman.
Yeah, the fact that you can get the third on that instead of it being an out.
It's gonna be a lot of defense for sure. I mean, a lot of offense with you know, not being able to shift. I think the other one was too was with bogey. Like, you have to have 2 feet on the field as well. You have, like, on the dirt.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough for our middle infielders to kind of be set in the dirt. But lefties are gonna love it. It's gonna be cool to see more offense and, you know, more first to thirds, more runs probably gonna be scored. But then you're also gonna see some pretty good defense.
How were the new bases? Running the base?
They weren't too bad. I mean, the ones back here in the backfields were a little soft. So you're kind of like, anytime you hit the corner, you have to be perfect, kind of like almost missing it. Because if you got like kind of like on the corner of it, it was kind of you're rolling yourself right into the middle of the bag. These were a little bit better out there, a little bit. I like the big base. I think they got to be a little bit more consistent with kind of like how they were last year. You know, like the firmness of it, the grip of it. We get that down packed. I mean, I definitely like the new ones with the bigger size.